Hypnotherapists. I had to come on here. Just finished up the live coaching call in the Hypnosis Healers Club, which is a group for hypnosis practitioners that are growing their business, Hypnotherapists. Oh, look, I've got some feedback. I see. Okay, now I see what I look like too. Um, I had to come on here and do a live and just talk a little bit more to what was coming up today, because we do talk a lot about marketing and especially really building lead magnets for our ideal clients that are solving specific solution problems. And then, of course, leading into the email list and the value of having an email list to nurture and grow and ultimately bring your ideal clients to the ideal mindset to get the benefits from your work. And in that, as I know some of you on this channel, hi, are working on those things, all those technical aspects, and especially online technical aspects of having a hypnotherapy business, and how not only are we providing the service, or you're providing the service, but you're also providing, the content and the copy and the information that that your ideal client needs to know in order to see the value of working with you, but also understand how you work and what they can get from it that is so valuable, but they don't. And the reason why I wanted to come on here live and just felt so animated about this is because what gets forgotten, because as soon as we get into a conversation, well, this could be anything in life. This isn't really just marketing. This is anything in life. This could be weight loss, anything in life that we start to go, okay, now I need to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And then it just becomes like a huge to-do list that feels like if we don't do these things, we won't be successful. And then it starts to be like, this is a constant grind, and it starts to feel overwhelming. And it starts to feel like, oh my gosh, if I have to do all of these things to get clients, then what do I do? And then it just makes us feel like doing nothing. Trust me, I have been there many times before. As a full-blown Capricorn, I am very good at putting a lot of things on my plate that I see I could do. But when you really look at it, it takes a bigger team than I have, or it's just like, but the misconception of like how much time something would take is massive. So here's what I really feel called to say. And then I did say to my group, of course, which is cool. Like, we always can learn more. We can always get more clear in our messaging and our marketing and how we bring in the people that are right for us. But let's not forget our infinite access to creative energy and to creativity itself. Because I think that's what gets lost. It's almost like if we build up this whole list where these are things that we can do, and yes, they can help build business. But if we start to create a box of a belief that somehow we have to do all these things, or these things have to be all done until, then I find it just like closes that door to creative potential and possibility, and how things can align at any time. So I'm going to tell an example of this just to really hit it home, because sometimes this is very abstract, right? Like, okay, Heather, tune into my creative energy and that'll get me all the clients I want. But like, if there's one thing I did over these 12 years, it's that. But I'll give you an example that's just really easy to relate to. So since I moved to Calgary in October, it's been hard. I love living here. I'm so glad I lived here. The energy of Calgary is amazing. But it's been hard, and I don't have the connections or the luxuries that I had there, from like somebody to do my hair to like my really best part of like all summer, which is access to like organic vegetables that like the stores don't even have, like every kind of vegetable you can imagine, organic and grown in the ground. So if you are from Saskatchewan or Regina, like really look that up, the heliotrope farms, because like it's the thing that I am dying for. And anyways, I was feeling sad and kind of like lower energy than I usually have in the summer, because I'm usually eating and juicing all of these organic veggies. And I was feeling into that and kind of going, oh, and I did try to go to some farmers markets and stuff like this. So this could be looked at like the effort, right? So then I did put some effort into trying to like, maybe I can find the same thing here and I can be just as nourished and happy. And no luck yet, no luck yet, no luck yet. So then I was working today, I did a session with a client coaching a practitioner, a hypnotherapist. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to walk out to the corner, take in a bit of sun, which I do. And I felt to do it. I did it. I walked out there. And then I ended up talking to someone that lives on my block that I started recently seeing. And I'm not always like, I'm kind of sometimes in my own thing. I'm not always like friendly. Although I am friendly, I don't approach everybody or talk to everybody. But then he approached me and like I was open to it anyway. Like I saw him there, I was like, okay, I should say hi. And also I'm trying to meet new people. Anyways, long story short, by the end of a very short couple minute conversation, he's like, do you like beets? And I was like, I love beets. And he's like, oh, my dad has a farm and I can bring you a bunch of vegetables. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was literally like crying sad that I just like don't have access. I don't even have friends with gardens, like it's just been dry over here. And so I love this story because I feel like this is the same in my business, where we've really got to follow those inklings. We've got to follow the breadcrumbs. Like we've got to just, and if this is resonating with you, or if this is something that you've been like, yes, I know this and I need to listen to this more, like I know that this is the solution, drop me a like or subscribe, or like even just a fire in the comments, because I think this doesn't get enough attention. This doesn't get enough energy, like how much we can really just receive and let in and not put all of these barriers, because like there's always transition period. There's always like clients while we're rebranding, or clients while we're getting clear on our client, or clients while, but especially if we don't put up those barriers. But the access to creativity and to universal mind and like the creative source energy that always exists and is flowing is infinite and doesn't depend on you having to be better, different, more organized, more clear. Like, yeah, that access might still tell you one day, update this page or write this or drop in live on YouTube and share what you feel to share. So like, it's not that it's just always bringing you everything that you want. It's that it does require a certain commitment to listening to the nuggets, to listening to the little breadcrumbs that come, even if you feel a little anxious or scared or unsure. So, because remember, those things that we hear and those things that we feel called to do, even if they're personal, if we do those things, then ultimately we're fulfilling our purpose and we're evolving as a soul. And so that's always going to bring rewards. That's always going to bring more clients. That's always going to bring more people, and so on and so forth. I don't know. Maybe you don't believe this. I 1,000 million trillion % believe this, because it's how I got here. Like I have had my business for 12 years. I have been full-time for 10 years. And if I could say with any certainty what I did consistently, 100%, besides regularly showing up, is listening, is like one, knowing. I mean, I didn't always know at the beginning. I didn't always know that I had this infinite access to creativity like I know now, but I knew that, that I had these nuggets, that I had these breadcrumbs, that I had these inklings of things to do. And sometimes those things were not easy to do. sometimes those things meant I had to like cleanse and fast and um, heal and leave friendships and relationships. Sometimes those inklings aren't as easy as I'm making it sound, like walk to the corner and get vegetables. But that's where it begins. You listen to one. Sometimes it might just be like, eat the apple, drink the water, but you get one. And then you hear it more. And then it starts to give you so many ideas. And it might not work with your plan, but that's the key, is like sometimes you have to just go outside of your plan and into God's plan. And it might not fit your perfect content window, but it might be the thing that brings in the perfect person or people. So that's what I'm here to say. You have infinite access to your creativity, and it is what creates worlds and will consistently, continuously, always guide you to your perfect success. And this this happens, especially if you're willing to let go of like what success looks like for you, or how fast it would happen, or how it would happen, and be more open to like a way bigger success than you even are planning for or think is possible, as well as just knowing like sometimes that inkling is going to lead you to discomfort or something that you have to do for yourself. But if you do that thing, abundance will flow. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Remember to like, subscribe, share if you found this helpful. If you look through other videos of mine, there's always opportunities to join with me in on sessions or other things, trainings, offers that I have. So check that out. And thank you again for being here. Ciao for now.